This exercise is called healing energy. Let's start our journey together towards a more energized life by comparing where we are to where we'd like to be. This is not about judgment. It's not about critiquing ourselves or putting ourselves down for not already being there. We need to start somewhere, so let's create some awareness about where we are. And then let's think about where we could be and the things we could do to get us there. Shall we start? Grab a personal journal and just jot down your ideas. So our first question we want to look at are physical activities that we enjoy doing. We can include menial things like chores. If you enjoy vacuuming, write it down. Or walking. If you like walking, put it on your list. You can also include more workout-specific exercises like bike riding, yoga, running, things like that. For example, I might include bike riding. I love riding my bike. It's enjoyable to me. I also enjoy yoga and walking with my dogs. I love hiking in nature. I like being outdoors. I do not like to run, so that is not going to make my list. All right, so now let's describe what it would look like if we stepped it up a bit. Would we add different activities or challenge ourselves with the same activities, but maybe doing more of them? Don't think about the time that you don't have or the energy that you don't have or the challenges that we're all facing. Don't think about that. Please just describe where you would like to be with your physical activities. All right, and then last thing on this question, let's just think about one thing we could do to get us closer to what we just described. So for me, I really wish I rode my bike every single day. I ride it a lot every day. So I might ride my bike more often. We don't need to commit to any of these actions unless, of course, we're ready for it. If you're ready for it, go for it. But for right now, let's just list some ideas. If you need to, press pause for a second so you can work on this. If you're ready, let's move on to question number 2 of 5. Let's take a look at the foods we enjoy eating the most. Are they healthy or delicious? Or both? Go into detail about each meal or write down general overall descriptions of your food consumption. For example, I might include that I eat meals that are healthy but also easy. Mainly small portions that I can do simply for myself, somewhat healthy, maybe could be healthier. Okay, so now let's describe where we want to be with our food. Do we want less sugar, more protein, bigger portions, smaller portions? Do we want to eat more often or less often? Remember, there's not a right or wrong answer. We're not here to judge what comes out of this exercise. We're just observing, and you never have to share these thoughts. This is for you to reflect on. So as we did with the first question, let's just list one simple or maybe even extravagant thing that we could do to get us closer to how we want to be eating. So as I mentioned, I eat foods that are quick for me to make. So I might add to this that I want to make sure my foods are a little bit healthier. Okay, press pause again if you need some time. Otherwise, let's move on to question number 3. This one's all about our emotions and how we've been feeling. So in the first part, I want you to write down what you've really been feeling the most emotionally. You can include positive and negative feelings. If you need to associate the feeling with the reason that it happened, list that too. And if you find yourself facing too many emotions, let's just focus on the one strongest one right now. We can come back and reassess the other feelings after we process this first one. So for example, I've been really overwhelmed with everything that's going on around me in the world, including my own personal business. So I'm gonna write down that I feel overwhelmed. You could describe where you really want to be with your emotional responses. What would that look like? Are you happier, less stressed, more at peace? Okay. So for me, I wanna feel supported, more supported. I wanna feel like I completed all this stuff that is overwhelming me that I really wanna get done. All right, this last part might prove a little tricky. That's okay, just stick with it. I want you to try to name one thing we could do to start feeling better. So I know sometimes if you're in a rut, that feels really impossible, but I really want you to try your best to offer one suggestion to yourself that might help turn things in a new direction. It could be as simple as watching more comedy so that you laugh more, or doing more self-care so that you feel more loved by yourself. Something like that. What's one thing you could do to feel better? For me, the quickest solution is always gratitude. So for instance, I mentioned my feeling right now is overwhelmed, but if I take gratitude for what is done, for what is right, instantly I feel a little better, okay? All right, press pause again if you need some time to process some emotions. And when you're ready, we'll move on to question 4 of 5. We're almost there. All right, even if you are an eternal optimist, sometimes doubts and worries creep in. Am I right? Our brains are programmed to warn us of danger, and that's great. It keeps us safe. But sometimes if we live too much in fear, we're gonna miss out on some really good things. So let's think about the positive thoughts that are easy for you to have. Does your family make you happy? What about your pets? Do you like your career? Are you passionate about a hobby? Now let's take a look at where we could be more positive about a seemingly negative situation. For example, I have no idea if this course will be helpful to you. I could doubt myself and never follow through in creating this video. Or I could believe in hope that my efforts will definitely help the right people in need of exactly what I've created. Just think about this. Neither scenario is true as I am currently recording this video. I have neither helped anyone nor not helped anyone. I have to make this choice. Do I believe in the fear that this is a waste of my time, it's not going to help anyone? Or do I hold on to hope and faith and dreams that this is a calling that I'm supposed to answer? Are you still with me? Okay, so what is one thing you could do to see the positive over the negative in a situation that has been bothering you? Only you can answer this question. And if you can't answer this question right now, that's okay. Just keep asking yourself until some ideas come up. Move on to question number 5 when you're ready. All right, do you currently spend time resting and relaxing? What do you do? My personal favorite R&R sports are massage therapy, riding my bike, and binge watching reality competition shows. It's true. Once again, no judgments from me on your answers, and in fact, I'll never see them, so don't feel shy about putting all your thoughts out there. This is all about you figuring out your best you. Once you've listed a few relaxing activities, let's enhance our list. Either make a promise to yourself to engage in more of the really good activities, or include a few new things you've always wanted to do but couldn't find the time. If that last part sounds like you, remember, we make time for the things we find really important. So if you want to find time to relax, you can. It's up to you. All right, last part of this question is to name something you can do to feel more relaxed and rested. Speaking of relaxing, why don't we color together? See you there.